Recording now.
Oh, it says recording. I see it.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
And this time it records sound, so that's cool.
So we got all new topics today.
We have new topics today.
Wow, you did a lot of work for this.
Yeah, it was worth it. Okay, let's see here. BOGcast.
Did you see some of the BOG questions? Did you see some of the people who responded?
I did, and we have put those on there.
Perfect.
So, yeah, it's 2:00. All right, y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to the BOGcast, episode 2.1. The real episode 2 got lost. And by got lost, I mean I have it. And if you want to watch us talk to each other for 55 minutes, you can. But you won't be able to hear anything we're saying. So this is episode 2.1. Got new topics. Some of the topics are the same, but we have different questions that go with them. So, we'll see. I think we're going to start off, though, with a little head-to-head action. There you go. That's what I wanted. Okay. So head-to-head today is Oklahoma themed.
Oh, great.
All right. One of the original questions on head-to-head version 2.0 was Joe Exotic versus Carol Baskin. Unfortunately, y'all don't get to see what we decided on that.
Never know.
You'll never know.
You want to know?
But you will get to see what we decide on today. So head-to-head episode or topic 1, I guess. Sonic or Taco Mayo?
Oh. Some Oklahoma businesses.
Absolutely. I told you head-to-head was Oklahoma themed today.
Now, is Brahms also an Oklahoma business?
It is.
Do they have Brahms in other states?
Yeah, but you have to open a Brahms within like 300 miles of Tuttle or they won't do it.
Do they have Sonic in other states too?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Taco
This
Mayo?
time we're going down and dirty, like cheap fast food.
Okay.
I'll go
What?
first. This is tough. I think Taco Mayo is a very well-ran business with really good ingredients. However, for some weird reason, just not a huge fan of the food. I don't know. I don't think the ingredients themselves are bad. I think they're pretty top quality ingredients. When you talk about Tex-Mex food, they just don't blend together for some reason. I don't know. And here's the other interesting story. The guys that actually own Taco Mayo, I think they own like a house building organization, and I think they built my mom and dad's house. Like the one of the CEO type guys like gave my dad like a coupon for like free Taco Mayo for a year or something like that. So you would think, hey, he's gonna pick Taco Mayo, but no, I'm picking Sonic because Sonic's got a little bit of everything. All right, you've got your breakfast burritos.
Because Sonic has ice cream.
They have ice cream.
I mean,
You got cookie dough ice cream. Okay, they've got great drinks. One thing about Sonic, great drink options.
Sure.
I can give you some of my Sonic favorites. Breakfast burrito, add chili. If you haven't done it, try it. Root beer, add vanilla. Get you a little vanilla root beer. Fantastic. And then, of course, cherry, vanilla, Dr. Pepper. Top notch, okay? So Sonic's my choice, really.
all right, I'll go. Here's where you're wrong.
Oh, no.
So, I know this isn't popular, but Taco Mayo might possibly be my favorite, like Tex-Mex fast food of all of them. I'm not a big fan of Taco Bell. I mean, I just can't do it. And actually, my wife really likes it. or thought she did. And then this whole quarantine thing hit, and then we realized like we don't even like it. We haven't had it this whole time, the last like 4 months or whatever, and it's not that big of a deal. You know, we have had taco mayo. Bueno's good too. So Bueno and mayo kind of neck and neck with me, but there's something about mayo I really like. The potato loco's so good. They've got like the kind of fresh Mex type deal, so it's like it's in between a fast food joint, but if you go inside, it's almost like a Qdoba or Chipotle type feel where you can get, you know, specific ingredients. I don't know. I really like me some taco mayo. And here's the kicker. I know Sonic has the ice cream and they've got the Sonic Blast, but they don't have this, and that's a Choco Taco.
Ooh.
Taco Mayo got them Choco Tacos. Those are pretty good.
Okay, so 1-1. I'm going to weigh in on this. You ready? It's Sonic.
Yes!
And I'll tell you why. I can't get a strawberry limeade at Taco Mayo.
Sure can't.
I can't get cheddar peppers at Taco Mayo.
Nope.
But the biggest reason, I used to be a mayo fan. I'll admit it. I'm not ashamed to admit it. But we had that Taco Mayo in Kate Center at OU.
Mm-hmm.
And you remember how greasy and just gross it was?
I do.
It was greasy and gross.
It was great.
I cannot even like eat it anymore. Now I can't eat Burger King either for the exact same reason, but I cannot eat Taco Mayo. It's just makes me sick to my stomach to even think about it.
And a final reason, hey, Sonic's got American food, Riggs. All right.
Yeah.
No, that's the deal. If I'm looking for variety, I'm with you guys. I'm thinking Sonic, but just come on, you can't compare Mexican food to stinking burgers.
You're right.
You can.
A good cheeseburger, but come on, I'm taking a taco or burrito over that every day of the week.
Wow.
Right. Okay.
But okay, I mean,
That's
I can accept it.
Take the loss.
Wrong, but
Hard to be on the wrong side of history, Riggs, but you're about to find out what it feels like.
Well,
all right. Topic 2. 2 more Oklahoma classics pitted against each other.
Ooh.
Chili or pecan pie?
Well,
oh, God. These are the weirdest options.
Man, that's tough.
They're like not similar at all.
If you had no. Here's the deal. They're classics. If you had to have one, what would you have?
You got beans in it.
Yeah, chili has beans in it.
No, it doesn't.
Yes.
Sometimes it does.
Otherwise, it's just freaking ground beef.
Yeah, AKA chili.
Yeah.
I think at that point it's just meat soup.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds fantastic. It was like a little meat soup. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'll go. So, to me, and we know my love for ice cream. You know, there's nothing better. You get a little warm slice of pecan pie.
Can we stop with the ice cream?
You get a little warm slice of pecan pie with a scoop of some vanilla ice cream on there and let it kind of melt and mix.
Pecan pie, bro.
Well, here's the deal.
Pecan pie.
Here's the deal. Did I say apple or what?
You said pecan.
Yeah, pecan. Okay. You made it sound like I said it wrong. So it's got to be chili for me, okay? And I like me some sweet stuff, but, you know, just in general, given the choice between a second plate of food and dessert, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going for a second plate of food. I like me some savory. I like the saltiness. And here's the deal with the chili. You can have it so many different ways. You know, you can get a chicken chili. You can get a Frito chili pie. You know, Coleman, you just talked about putting chili on your breakfast burrito. Hell, I never tried it, but I'm going to.
Fantastic.
I'm going to, you know. And I don't know, like, you can put a little sour cream in it, a little cheese, a little jalapeno. You can have it spicy. You can have it a little bit more mild. It's just something about chili. That's just so good to me. So good.
I do want to point out, okay, reading this here off of the most reliable source I can find, Google. This says traditional chili is defined by the International Chili Society as any kind of meat or combination of meats cooked with red chili peppers, various spices, and other ingredients, with the exception of beans and pasta, which are strictly forbidden. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you right now, that thing on the left is not chili, it's meat stew. Okay, so call it what you want. But I'm still gonna go with chili. Chili is the correct answer. Okay. For once, Riggs has finally pulled his head out of his butt cheeks and he's picked the correct choice and gone with chili. Pecan pie, not that great, to be honest. Not a big fan. Okay? Pecan pie is like pumpkin pie if it wasn't as good. That's the truth. Thanksgiving, I'm going to eat me at least a full pumpkin pie by myself. Pecan pie, don't need you. Chili all day.
Well, first of all, I'd just like to point out that I live in America, and I don't listen to what the International Chili Association is going to tell me. Okay, I live here.
Yeah, Chile's a country in South America. Okay?
Yeah. First of all, don't tread on me. All right, like you're going to come in here and tread on me and tell me what doesn't go in my chili.
Chili is a kind of weather.
Get out.
Exactly.
Get out. But also, it's chili all day long because it's savory. You got variety. Pecan pie, what is it? It's just corn syrup in a pie shell with some nuts on top. Get over yourselves, people. We're not doing it.
Three for. Now, I will say, Ramsey, you got a way about you that just makes me want to go pecan pie, but I'll stay with chili. You start opening your mouth, and I'm like, man, I chose wrong. I think I should go pecan pie. But, okay, we'll stay chili.
All right. Well, for once, we have consensus, so that's good. All right, chili all the way. Last but not least, last topic on this week's head-to-head. And this is more of a, like, what would happen in a fight kind of situation. Okay. All right.
Knifing?
Who you just wait. Who would you take in a fight? Someone in a covered wagon or a cowboy on horseback?
Ooh. Now, are they they're in the wagon, but is it stationary?
I think the wagon can move.
It's got wheels.
But keep in mind,
what's pulling the wagon?
I don't know, something. A covered wagon is not going to go nearly as fast as a cowboy.
True. Well, I mean, I think I know where this is kind of leading to, and let's just be honest, I will never go that way. So we're going to go covered wagon all the way, Boomer Sooner for life.
For sure. Coleman?
That's your debate, Riggs? Yeah. That's all you got? I'm going covered wagon. That's it?
Well, okay, you want me to get elaborate?
Don't worry about it. No, don't worry about it. We'll move on. It's okay. And I'll just tell you why you're wrong, and I'll tell you why your covered wagon will get destroyed. Just go ahead and leave. It's cowboys, okay? What's a covered wagon going to do besides just sit there and roll around, okay? You said in a fight. That was the discussion here, the debate.
That was.
Cowboys, they'll roll up, they'll hang off the side of the horse and shoot their pistols at you, you know? John Wayne. Well, name somebody famous that rode in a covered wagon. 3, 2, 1. You can't. Exactly right. John Wayne is a famous cowboy. All right? So cowboys all the way.
I mean, okay. Cinderella was in like a little pumpkin type wagon, basically.
I think that was a coach.
Sure.
Like pumpkin coach.
Oh, my God.
But, okay, here's the deal. I'm going to tell you why you're wrong, Cole. And it has nothing to do with how fast cowboys are. Right? Think how much stuff you can store in a covered wagon. You could have guns. You could have a bazooka. You could have
a bazooka.
You could have those
little round wagon.
You could have those
technology.
You just listen. You could have those little round bombs. You could have those little round bombs from like Looney Tunes that you could just light the fuse and check at the cowboys.
Okay.
There's a lot of options with a covered wagon.
Covered wagon. Not very agile. Can't move around. You gotta
Here's
sit
You don't
down.
need to be agile when you're throwing little bombs at cowboys.
Nah.
Here's my thought, though. I mean, how many cowboys could fit in a covered wagon?
None.
A
Because
lot.
Cowboys don't
Six,
ride sissy wagons.
8? And then you're talking about this wagon's probably being pulled by a couple horses. I mean, you got one cowboy over here in this picture. You could have possibly 8 cowboys in the covered wagon. Now we're talking 8-on-1. That's not a very fair fight. I mean, it's pretty obvious. A couple of cowboys in the back of a covered wagon, armored with bazookas. Who's winning? It's obvious. It's obvious.
It's
What if
obvious.
a couple of Cowboys flying fighter jets over the covered wagon? Who's winning?
Well, say there's an earthquake
Cow-
and the ground just rips open
Uh-huh.
and then lava starts pouring out.
Oh my gosh.
We get
Covered
this
wagon's stuck.
molten
It's not moving.
river of rock. And then there's no bridges. I don't know where I'm going.
I don't know either.
I'm going to tell you, you'd stay afloat in a covered wagon a little longer than you would on horseback.
There's a famous movie called Cowboys and Aliens. It's not called Covered Wagons.
Going back to aliens.
They
Okay.
don't have a team called the Dallas Covered Wagons, do they? No. America's team is the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, get out of here with that America's team crap.
Covered wagon. Not
Nah.
a real thing.
Now, before the cast started, we were talking about aliens. I'd like to back up for just a second. Just get everybody's takes on aliens. What are they? Are they out there? We're not talking about like, are they here on Earth? Are they out in the universe? Aliens.
I'm looking at one right now. Riggs. God, it's convincing.
I mean, if we're just talking, are they out there? I think talking about the universe being infinitely, large. There's got to be some aliens out there somewhere. Now, what that means, like, are they the terrorizing aliens that just want to kill humans and take over our planet? I don't know. Probably not. But heck, maybe.
Maybe.
But I think there's definitely got to be something out there.
Yeah, I think they're out there, and I think they've been here too. I think at some point aliens have come to this planet. Now, like we talked about before, I don't know if maybe they're interplanetary beings from another galaxy, or if they're interdimensional beings from like the 4th or 5th dimension that we can't comprehend, we can't see, and then they slip through a wormhole to get here. I don't know. But there's too many situations, there's too many scenarios that involve intelligent people seeing things that have zero explanation. And now with all this stuff coming out of the government, the military released some videos of things that they've seen. Listen, where there's smoke, there's fire. So there's got to be a fire somewhere with these alien type device being things. All right. Riggs, you might be skeptical because you don't have an imagination that can comprehend anything. I know
Sure.
you're a black and white math guy, but me and Helton, we have a bigger picture view of things. We're the arts. We're not, oh, math, 1 + 1 = 2, blee, blee, blee. All right. We see the bigger picture.
Right.
Here's the deal. Obviously, I believe in aliens. That's not the question. The question to me is, what are the aliens doing right now? Like, we're hanging out. We're on this Zoom call. We're talking to each other. Like, somewhere out in the universe at this moment, are there some aliens on their version of a Zoom call talking about whether or not we exist? Maybe. What are they doing right now? Do they hang out? Do they have friends? Do they have families?
What if the aliens that come here are just a part of the alien planet government and military on an excursion? And maybe our government and military has sent people to other alien planets too.
You're getting into some X-Files stuff.
And they don't know, we don't know what's going on. Maybe humans have visited their planet and they don't know what we are.
I can think of a few people I'd send to another planet.
Think about it. Look into it.
Bonus question, head to head. This was a bonus question that was on the original episode 2, but just for confirmation, bald guys are not bald guys. I think we all know what the answer to that is.
Bald guys.
Bald guys.
You're looking at him.
I do not know that I consider Jason Statham bald.
Confusing.
It's very confusing.
Just pick a side, man. You know, he's kind of like waffling back and forth. He's part bald, but he's part not bald.
You know what? We're at war. You need to decide which side you're on.
He's like Riggs, big time fence sitter. You know, teetering on the edge, wants to play both sides. Pick a side, dude.
No, hold on.
Riggs is bald. Riggs is bald.
Yeah, there are other things that Riggs does. All right.
No, hold on.
No, you're not. Riggs reminds me of like a blob. Like he just was a pick. He doesn't pick a side.
Hold on. In the original episode, what did we discuss about what's so wrong about Mr. Statham over here? The most important thing is his hair on top is currently longer than the hair on his face.
Can't have it.
I'm looking at this video here. I mean, I got a pretty good beard going on.
Stop.
I see Helton's got the nice looking must, and then we look at you.
Hey, you better freaking stop, dude.
And we just don't see the same. Where is it then?
The hair on my face.
It's there.
The hair on my face is longer than the hair on my head. You see the hair on my head, and you see my sideburn. All right, buddy.
That just looked like a gross mole to me.
Hey, man, come on. You know I'm self-conscious about my moles on my head. Why are you doing this?
Riggs, not everybody can be blessed with dark hair and handsome faces.
I got a little bit of gray.
Some of us.
Like freaking bearded
Sexy man.
Storm. You look like Storm, the ex-woman.
Exactly.
You're a wannabe Storm. You're a poor man's Storm.
Listen, she was sexy.
You're not Storm. You're freaking rain shower. That's what you are.
Wow.
But the good ones.
You're some slight humidity. That's what you are. You're partly cloudy. She's Storm. You're partly cloudy.
Yeah. With a chance of meatballs.
No.
Isn't
Yeah.
that-
You are. That's a Cinderella reference and a with a chance of meatball reference in the same podcast. Will you get a life?
Listen, I don't have one. This is,
Unbelievable.
everything you see here is what you get from Aaron Rigsby.
Man, I was watching Paw Patrol the other day.
Hey, this morning.
I will not listen to you talk about Paw Patrol.
This morning.
Unbelievable.
Paw Patrol's my jam. All right. Current events, breaking news. As we all know, bald is beautiful, but I have covered up my baldness today because it is opening day for my Kansas City Royals. Baseball returns. Cole is asleep. Aaron looks pleased. I'm pleased. Everybody's happy. Okay. But the question is not necessarily about baseball. So the question is about sports in general. It's been a long, what month is this now? Month 4?
Oh.
I don't know.
It's got to be in the 20s now. It feels like.
I would think so. I think we're going on like 2 years.
Yeah.
Without
I
sports.
had hair when this started. That's all.
Yeah.
I know. So.
We were just OGs when all this started.
Yep.
So question is, what could we have done on the off period when we couldn't get people involved, couldn't get people into arenas, couldn't get them in the stadiums? Question is, what is something you would pay to watch people do, and we call it a sport? Keep it clean, gentlemen.
Oh, wow. This is a great question. I love this.
What would you pay to watch people do as a sport?
Oh.
How's a sport? I mean, we talk about food a lot because, we like to eat. But, I think we already kind of do this, but it's not necessarily like set up like sport style. Like, sometimes there's like these like shows where they have like maybe 5 people going at it, America's Top Chef type situation. But if we were talking like on the caliber of like the NBA and the NFL and the MLB, we're talking like the top of the top.
Yeah.
I might have to watch. I mean, just before we started this thing, I was downstairs watching, diners. What is it? Triple D, diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Don't act like you don't know what it is.
He knows exactly what it is.
Oh, what's it called again? I don't know.
What's that guy's name?
I've watched 8 episodes this morning.
Guy Ferrari? That guy. No, but I mean, like, I'm obsessed with just like food, and especially during the quarantine. I am not a very good cook, but during this whole quarantine situation, I found myself like trying to become better at just random things. And all I mean is I'm following recipes. I'm looking up stuff on the Instagram and just following it, or the TikTok. TikTok. They got some recipes on there. It's not
the TikTok owned by the Chinese Communist Party. That one.
Yes.
Okay. Right.
You don't like Chinese food? Exactly.
I do.
So I think if we were talking, take something like that's on the Food Network, but put it in a professional where we're talking like the top 30 chefs across the country, across the world even, and putting them head to head on a baking or a cooking type situation. Boy, I'd watch that.
Tell you what I'd watch.
Let's hear it.
I want Fixer Upper, but I want it as a competition.
Whoa.
Where you're remodeling houses like 2 teams against each other.
Yes.
I'd be into that.
Yes.
I don't know how the heck you would score it, but
You remember like Trading Places? Or was it Trading Spaces or Trading Places? Spaces. I like that show. Because then they're fixing up each other's houses. And you see like,
I hate this.
Every now and then you see some episode where like the person walks in, they're like the great reveal, and like they pull back the curtains, and then it's like, oh.
I don't like
There's like this is what you did to my stinking house after I just fixed up your kitchen and gave you all the cabinets in the world and a farmhouse sink and two ovens, a double oven.
That whole house is shiplap.
Yeah. And then now, and you give me mustard colored walls.
Yes, seafoam green.
I love that. So I'm with you on that.
Okay, all right. Got 2 winning options, Cole.
I'm gonna go. What's really popular on the old the tiki talkie.
Yeah.
Have you seen the guys that like the satisfying videos? Where like they'll do something, it'll cut it perfectly or something like that. It's really satisfying.
Oddly satisfying or whatever.
Yeah. So I would have like a dirty floor, and like somebody vacuuming it, and like who can vacuum it in the most satisfying way. You get scored like 1 to 10 on how satisfying it was to watch you clean this space.
I could get into that.
Yeah.
Maybe
like how satisfying it is for you to like cut this ice cream cake.
Oh man, those are the best. I don't know why. Hey, let's stay on baseball for a second, okay? I have a question. Helton, I know you like the Royals. Riggs, you're a big Cardinals guy. I got it. Okay. So if I was going to pay any attention to baseball, I want to know what team best aligns with me. Like who should be my team to root for? I see everybody wear baseball hats, and I'm like, man, I want to be cool. I see Helton rocking his Kansas City hat. I want to be cool. I want to have a cool baseball hat.
So you want to be just like the casual guy that acts like he's cool. That's definitely the New York Yankees.
Oh, no.
You are definitely a Yankees guy that just has no clue about what's going on with the team, but just wants to wear a hat and act like he cares about them and
that's what I want.
Just kind of ride the bandwagon. Oh, we're so good, even though our team costs $4 billion, and that's the only reason we're so good. Yeah, that fits you perfectly. And I seem to remember you used to be a Cowboys fan, and then, they started not doing good, and then you decided, the Seahawks are good. I'm going to root for the Seahawks. And then, you went from the Seahawks, and then now the 49ers came back. Oh, now the Cowboys, they're looking a little bit better. They got Zeke and they got Dak. I like them now. I'm going to go back to the Cow. So you're very much a bandwagon type fan.
Not
so
true.
therefore, I would say the New York Yankees. You go right on there.
Okay.
With the rest of them.
I'm gonna go a slightly different direction. I think I do have a team that would also fit Cole. I think he's a San Francisco Giants fan.
Okay.
Right. Problematically liberal. He's the dogs didn't like that one. He's kind of a poser, right?
Boy,
you're really hurting his dad's feelings. All right.
I know. I'll put it this way: if we're going back like 5 years to when Hunter Pence was on the squad,
who?
I think Cole and Hunter Pence would be great friends.
I like Barry Bonds.
There you go.
I like homers.
You do like to crush dingers, don't you?
Well, still on baseball. Helton, what's your take on steroids in baseball? Are you one of those that just bashes on Barry Bonds because it's pretty much a done deal that he did steroids and therefore he should never be in the Hall of Fame, or do you think that like I kind of started leaning towards and just saying screw it, let's legalize steroids and let's see somebody get on the mound and throw 110 miles an hour. Let's see a guy hit a ball 600 feet.
Now I'm interested.
What's your take on that, Helton?
I can't get behind it because, like, I don't know. I'm too old school. Like,
sure.
If I want to say something, but then it's going to come out stupid. If it enhances your natural ability, I don't get behind it. But at the same time, like, I don't know, working out enhances your natural ability. So,
right. Here's what bothers me is people that argue, well, they didn't have steroids back in the 1920s and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, the game is completely different as it is. If we're talking about having maybe a separate record book or something like that, okay. But to me, it doesn't matter because, look at Babe Ruth, for instance. Do you think that dude worked out? Do you think he spent a lot of time running around and conditioning and doing a bunch of drills? No, he drank beer and he ate hot dogs.
Yeah,
and
he had a couple of hot dogs and a corned beef sandwich before he went to the bat or before he went to the plate.
Yeah. And when people talk, I get frustrated because they're like talk about greatest players of all time, and his name will get brought up, and I'm thinking if Babe Ruth played baseball right now, he would not even be in the minors probably.
You're telling me
he hit a 100-mile-an-hour fastball?
You're telling me people wouldn't pay to watch him waddle around the bases?
Well, that's why we got Miguel Cabrera.
That's true.
I can't include guys like Babe Ruth and stuff like that when you didn't even play against like African American baseball players.
True.
You didn't play against Hispanics who now dominate baseball.
Right.
So
exactly.
You beat a whole bunch of white guys and you were drinking beer and eating hot dogs and smoking cigars.
Right. And that's at that point it wasn't quite a sport. It was more of just a game that they just played for fun. I don't know.
That's true.
I get what you're saying.
I don't.
I think you want to get fans like Coleman Ramsey to come watch a baseball game. Let's legalize it all.
Shoot them up, baby. Let's go. I want to see the first guy hit a baseball a mile.
I want to be the first guy to hit a baseball over them mountains. Okay. So there's current events. Cole, before we move on, I was just playing for laughs. I didn't mean any of that stuff.
It's too late. Damage has been done.
I meant everything I said.
I know. All right. So we got a new section coming up on the BOGcast today. Call it Comments from the Peanut Gallery. We opened it up to questions from our fans on Twitter, and they did not disappoint. So we're going to answer some of their questions today.
Yep.
But we're also going to answer some questions that people posed on Google about bald guys. Right. And just kind of, educate the people about what it means to be bald. So first question, How often do you have to shave your peach fuzz to remain bald? And I'll start this one off. It depends on how bald you want to be. If you want to keep it up to date, if I'm going to work every day, it's once every other day. But like this summer, I haven't been paying attention to it, so I've gone a week. Yeah, and I look like crap.
Hence the hat, right?
Well, actually, yes, partly.
So yeah, I mean, I'm as you guys know, I'm new to the whole razor type situation. Before it was just always going no guard with a set of buzzers, and it would get it pretty short. But going to no guard was something I probably only had to do maybe once a week, even if I was working. Now I've switched to the little 3-prong little electric thing, and I do that twice a week or so. But yeah, I mean, in the summer, it's probably growing a little bit more than it should. If I'm going to school 2 to 3 days or so, every 2 to 3 days.
Yeah, I've found that once I start doing it more frequently, if I wait too long, it starts to bother me.
Right.
Like if I tried to go a week right now, it would get long enough to start driving me crazy. My head would start itching. I would feel that natural urge to get back to my perfect state, which is bald. Yeah. So I'm somewhere around, it depends on what's going on. Sometimes 2 days, sometimes 3 days. Sometimes I may shave 2 days in a row and may just go to bed feeling great about myself. Mm-hmm. But get past 3 days, I get a little uncomfortable.
You get to the point where it almost makes you feel dirty. Like you feel like completely unkempt if you don't do it. And now I kind of like look back at it and I'm like, I wonder what it would be like to have hair.
Oh,
God.
And I don't think I would like it. I think it would
that. No. This is so much better.
It's so much better.
Yes.
So, all right. Next question from our fans. Shampoo or something else for the top of the head?
Now, okay, so I'll go. And it just depends. Normally, I'm a very fast shower type guy. And especially now that I've been shaving it and keeping it like to the skin, I just use my soap, my body wash. Whatever I'm using on my body, that's what I use on my head. Now, the other day, I was telling Ramsey about this. I got a little sunburn on my head, and it kind of made it real dry. And I've got some like aloe shampoo left over, and I actually sometimes will use that in my beard because my beard will get dry too. So just the other day, I'll every now and then I'll use it to kind of moist.
Stop.
Moist. Make my head a little bit, more moist. Moister.
You're disgusting.
Stop talking about your moist head. I have to use shampoo. Like if I use soap, my head dries out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's worse. So I feel stupid going into like a store and buying shampoo. But I also know like if I don't, I'll look like I have a perpetual peeling sunburn. So
yeah, I'm with Riggs. I use the body wash. Though I use like I do like a little bit of lotion on my head when I get out of the shower. Lotion it down, get it nice and slick down, and then let that dry on my head. But I'm not buying something else for just my head.
I will tell you, best thing if you're like doing it down to the skin is Noxzema.
You were saying
aftershave like type. Old school, like what your grandma put on her face. Like, yeah, it works.
On Home Alone?
Yeah. All right, next question. Oh man, this was sad. When did you realize you were balding?
Well,
Grace was in high school. So.
That is true. So I used to have, when I was sophomore in high school, I used to have some long hair. Now I say long, it's not like as long as like girls' hair, but I could pull my bangs down from the top and put them like in my mouth. So, I mean, I had some pretty long hair, and I used to love it. I used to think it was the coolest thing in the world. And then one day I was just like, you know what? Let's just buzz this. Who cares? I'll just buzz it all off, and it'll grow right back. It won't be that big of a deal. And as soon as I did, I realized my forehead was like way back here already, and I was like a junior in high school at the time. And I'm like, oh crap. But so I've pretty much shaved or buzzed my head ever since. So I guess that's part of the reason why it doesn't ever bother me. I know a lot of people. Your brother Coleman Zach, he I think it bothered him a while when his hair was going, but I've just had it for so long that I just kind of like turned it into my look, and I love it. Like we were saying earlier, I don't know. It's so much more convenient. I don't have to wake up and worry about doing something, wetting my hair and blow drying it, or just wake up and go shower.
Remember when you were in like high school and you'd wake up and your hair would be like sticking up?
Right.
You had to like take a shower or it wouldn't lay back down.
Right.
Not anymore.
No. Now I just go weeks without showering. So I mean, it's awesome.
I think I was around, 27 or 26 when I started to realize that I was good. I was really, the hair on my sides and the back, I could still let that grow out, and it would probably still grow out decently well.
I need to do that.
But I started to realize that there's a spot like right about here that was really, really thin. Like I'd go get my hair cut, and I'd be like, you can't see it if you're just looking like this. But once you went like this, I was like, God, I can feel my scalp. And I was always so worried about like trying to make sure that was covered, I was lucky. I got to get my first head shave or head buzz all the way down in front of the entire school for that fundraiser.
You did.
So, but like I decided before then, like, dude, I'm done with this. I'm tired of trying to fight it. I'm tired of trying to grow my hair out to cover up these thin spots. Like, it's just not worth it anymore. So I decided I was going to do it, and that opportunity came along. So I said, okay, I'll let my hair grow out for a while until I can buzz it right then, and then I ain't going back. And it's been one of the best decisions I've made for my looks in my entire life, I think.
I think I was about 21 when I realized that every time I took a shower, I would look at my hands and they'd just be like covered in hair. And so, that's when I started to buzz it, but I didn't keep it buzzed all the time because I kept thinking that like it works. Like if I just let it grow out, it won't look that bad. That's a terrible idea. Here to show you my senior college yearbook.
Uh-oh.
All right. Who's that guy?
Hey,
Losing
Dude,
his
got lots of
hair,
hair.
but trying to pretend like he's not losing his hair.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's a terrible look, guys. The second you notice that it's happening, it's
Dude,
time to go.
let it go.
Just let it go.
Here's me.
Look at that little guy.
Boy band rigs.
You look like the lead singer from the All American Rejects.
Yeah.
I'm gonna brush my hair out of my eyes.
No, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Now here's a question. I don't know if this even got asked. I think do you have some more questions?
I have a few more questions.
Okay.
What you got?
I was wondering this. If you still had a head of hair, if you never were like receding or anything, would you shave it off, or would you have some hairstyle? Or how about this? If you could have a hairstyle, what would it be?
I'd have a mohawk.
Okay.
You'd have a mohawk?
I would.
If I had my pick of having a hairstyle,
Yeah.
I would do the hipstery thing where they got the shave line right there. It's like short on the sides and longer on top.
Yeah.
You'd have like the Hitler haircut.
No, not the Hitler. No, James, they don't call it the Hitler. Okay.
What do they call it? Because
they call it the hipster. The
that-
hipster.
it's very similar to Hitler's haircut. That's all.
Different idea altogether. But if I had to choose, I still wouldn't have hair. After living like this for a while, don't want to go back.
That's what I'm getting to. Like, I think I've been bald for so long that even if I could, I wouldn't want it.
No. But what would you have if you'd never been bald and you didn't know?
I think I would try to do the Jason Momoa and just have some curly locks. Just long. Listen, I'm one extreme or the other, you know? Either no hair or all hair. That's what I want. And let's be honest, Jason Momoa, right? He got that good.
He looked like him. You know?
Steven Adams. I mean,
Steve
both those
Adams.
guys, good looking guys.
They are. You got to get the tattoos, though, to match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're ways away from that.
Well,
Have
we
you
talked
decided-
about tattoos last week. I think I might have to get the suspenders next time.
Have we decided on our bog tattoos?
That's going on the top of our head, right?
Oh, is it?
I was thinking since we had the nipple thing, we could just do BOG and the O would be around the nipple.
I cut my nipples off last week, though, after that conversation.
Oh, that's right.
I remember.
That was on video, right? We got that?
No,
Yeah.
we didn't.
It's
We
at
didn't
the
get
end.
it, but we talked about it.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
we didn't get that?
We didn't get it on. Sorry, guys. That was on episode 2.
Oh, that's right.
But this is episode 2.1.
I can't believe
All
I
right.
bled.
We got one more fan question, but then we got a couple of other questions that just, are for general public use. Last
Okay.
fan question is, would you ever consider toupees?
No.
Yeah. Absolutely not.
You think I want to wear a hair hat all day? Absolutely not.
Right.
And have you seen those things lately where those dudes will put glue and then they put the hair on and it looks just like their normal hair? I wouldn't do that either.
Yeah,
Have you
like
seen
some people do dreadlocks.
Yes. I know, hold on. I may consider dreadlocks.
It's pretty dope. Let's be
That
honest.
would be kind of cool.
Yes.
I'd like to have some long old dreads.
Have
Yeah.
you seen the guys that get the snaps implanted in their head and then they snap? Yes. And then they snap the toupee on?
No way.
Check it out. It's like putting the top back down on a Jeep or something. You're just like pop, pop.
Well, it's not moving, that's for sure.
Well, I think that one was pretty clear. No, we're not considering toupees. But here's the deal. People on Google have questions that they want to know. Can a bald guy be attractive?
Hello.
You're looking at 3 of them.
Yeah.
You're 3 for
Okay.
3 right here.
I mean, next question.
What percentage of
Right.
men are bald? I don't know math, but Riggs, you might be able to figure it out.
Right? It's 100% in this group, Riggs.
Yep, there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3 for 3. You convert that, that's the same. Reduce the fraction to 1 over 1.
Right.
Becomes just 1 at that point. And if you turn 1 into a percentage, that's 100%.
That's 100. So 100% of men are bald. Can a bald man get married?
That's a good question. I don't know. My wife's downstairs, so I was trying to get a reaction. It didn't work.
Listen, I'd be willing to try and prove that a bald man can get married multiple times. All right?
Ooh.
I might have a couple of different wives by the end of this thing, you know?
Listen, it's going to be hard not to, as good as we look.
That's
Fight him
true.
up with a stick, you know?
I'm trying to prove that a bald man could get married, but has chosen not to get married.
Right. There you go.
Last but not least, what looks good on bald guys? I'm thinking everything.
Right.
Nothing and everything.
That's where I was thinking too. You could just go nothing.
You could go nothing.
I mean, just matter of fact.
Oh,
No.
Whoa.
You guys.
Explain, Riggs.
No, I mean, and my favorite look, you guys can attest to this. I love me a beanie. I know bald is beautiful. We've discussed this. It's obvious. But man, I as soon as the weather gets around 70, that beanie's going on my head. There's nothing better than and a beanie and a beard combo.
That's true. That's
Any
true.
weather.
Pretty good.
I do like a good ball cap, obviously.
Right.
But I also like a good wide brimmed hat.
Ooh.
Well, I need to get me one of them.
You got to get you a wide brimmed hat
Yeah.
and a button up. Wide brimmed hat and a button up. Can't go wrong.
But it's undone, and you got chest
Yeah,
hair.
it could be.
You got
It's
chest
either
hair.
undone or it's done all the way up.
All the way up.
High and tight.
Tucked into your underwear.
Yeah, you're just wearing a shirt in your underwear, and that's it.
Now we're talking.
Cole, what looks best on bald guys?
I think what looks best on bald guys is the best that men can really wear. A nice solid suit. You look nice and clean, presentable. That's the one thing about a bald head. You're almost always guaranteed to look prepared. If you don't do your hair right, you might look disheveled. You might look, ugly. But a bald guy always looks like he's clean and ready to go. He's prepared. He's organized. He's all in.
He
You
is.
combine that with a suit, give him the job, whatever it is.
Undefeated.
President, captain, corporal.
Well, I
Give
mean,
it to
our
him.
president now is basically bald.
That's true.
I mean, we're talking about toupees.
Yeah. We need The Rock to run against him so we can have a bald guy up there to show him how good he can look bald.
Right.
He needs to give up. You got to toss that rat's nest out.
Hey, man. Do the way we did. Don't fight it.
You know what, though? I'm not going to offer him advice, so that's fine.
Embrace it.
Just embrace it.
Hey, just looking at that, you might want to charge your phone, Helton.
What?
Battery's a little low. That last slide, your battery was a little low.
Well, I took that last night, but I plugged it in overnight. It's good. We're fully charged.
Trying to help. Just trying to help.
Couldn't help it.
I just love how tickled Riggs got it himself about that.
Listen, comment down below. Who are you tuning in to see? It's obviously me, but
I will tell you this.
I
Had a
might
couple
throw in
of
some
people-
other votes for those guys just to make them feel better. But
There's a couple of people that hit me up, said, hey, watched your podcast, really liked it, but you're the best of the three, Cole. We want to hear more of you.
Okay, well, no one said that.
It was at least two. One was my mom, but the other one wasn't related to me.
It was your wife, who is technically not related to you.
We don't share any blood. I hope.
Anyway, listen, we're just happy that you all tune in to listen to three very handsome, bald men talk about stuff that's going on in their lives and in the world. Cole, you have BOGcast episode 3. I look forward to it. I'm sorry I made you guys do episode 2 all over again.
well, it's not okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to accept your apology.
But
You got to do better than that.
There's not much else I can do, to be honest.
Figure something out.
Well, I'll try. Yeah, that's BOGcast episode 2. Our fans have suggested that we sing closing time on our way out the door. So who wants to, I'll set the tone. Who wants to start us off?
closing time. Whiskey or beer. I know who I want
See you
to
next time on the BOGcast.